Bim 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 bim. Bim bim bim. Do we have internet? Yeah. I don't know why they have the microphone muted or something like that. I can't really say even why it happened, but well, here we are. Give me a second because I didn't set up anything. quality content creator. But well, aside from that, it is as always a pleasure to be. It's good to have this chance of existing, basically. I mean, pure craziness, you know. But anyways, here we are. Here we are doing something. Let me see. I need to move this over here. I don't know if I have it at hand or not, but here it is. Twitch chat. Yeah. No, fuck, I didn't. I have the title set up. Fuck, this is so sad. This is so sad. Chat, can we get a crying emoji face? We have this over here. And let me. Okay, let me like this because I forgot to do everything beforehand. So give me a second, give me a second. But anyways, aside from that, we have to continue. At the least, with this, we are not slowing down so much the beautiful Mahabharata, because if we were, I don't know, it really seems to be a long fucking book when it wants to be one. So, with that, I am happy. On the other hand, the reality itself of having to go through so much text and having to. The biggest, I think, problem right now is being the amount of names that there are without any real reason for them to be there at all, you know. So, anyways, let me make this scene for once. Here, there it is. Window capture properly set up, transition, and we have good internet, right? Yeah, we should be fine. Where did we left? I don't remember. Let me reread a little bit because I literally don't remember. Yeah, okay. We were on the problem of, so to speak, the enigma of how this Pandu was going to have children. This dear Pandu. I think the solution that they tried to find was one based on the idea of getting the mystical powers of Pandu to be the ones who give both his spouses and the children that he wanted. So, anyways, with that, we are ready to continue because not that much is left to say so far. Yeah, there is not that much of a message so far, so we shall only continue. Canto 122. Samgavaparva continue. By Sampayana said, Pandu says to Kunti, what? Vyushitazwa of your did indeed do what you say. Why, he was like a deva. But let me tell you about a custom of old, of which the rishis who know every nuance of Dharma approve. Lovely Kunti of the sweet smile. In ancient times, women were not confined to their houses, nor did they depend upon their husbands or other male relatives. They were free, and indeed they took their pleasure where they pleased and were not faithful to a single man, and this was not considered sinful, but was perfectly lawful and sanctioned of all. As the birds and beasts of the wild do today, with no jealousy or possessiveness, the women of antiquity did, and the greatest sage approved heartily. Why, even today, the northern Kuru women live in the same manner and meet with no reproval. The very idea of a woman being bound for life to a single husband is a very recent one, and I will tell you how it came about, who is responsible for it, and why. There was a great sage, Udalaka, whose son was the rishi Swetaketu, who was also a sannyasi of Great Punja. My lotus-eyed country. Yeah, Hindupu. Welcome, Gintoku. We are reading the Mahabharata once again. My daughters are continue. Monogamy for women was first established by Swetaketu, and he did it from birth. Listen to the reason. One day, in the presence of Udalaka, another Brahmana seized Swetaku's mother's hand and said, "Come with me." And she went with him. Thinking his mother had been taken by force, Swetaketu was furious. Seeing his son's anger, Uttalaka said gently, "Do not be angry, my child. The women of every Varna are entirely free, and their freedom is accepted since time out of mind. In sexual matters, they behave even like cows, and it is lawful and just." But Swetaketu will not listen to his father and pronounced that from that day women shall be faithful to their husbands and be considered sinners if they stray. His law bound only human beings and not the other creatures of earth. From that time, women who were not chaste will be guilty of the sin of foeticide, and men who violated the chaste wife of another man will be condemned for the same sin. However, the woman who does not give her husband children, though he commands her, is also guilty of the same crime. O my Kunti of the tapering tides, my timid wife, it was Utalaka's son Swetaketu who imposed monogamy on humans, in defiance of the freedom that women enjoyed since the dawn of time. I also have heard, my wife of the softest eyes, that when her husband Sadasa commanded his chaste wife Madayanti gave him a son called Asmaka by the Rishi Vashishta. She did this out of her love for her husband. Um, let me see, is it too long? Because I. Uh, yeah, okay. We're stopping here for a second because I, I try to comprehend the story itself, and there is a kind of a problem here. Why would you, not not as a human, but as a deva, more specifically, why will it be permitted to give such, so to speak, drastical and whimsical almost desire allowance? In that sense, I would even say in a in a power level kind of what is it kind of state, the fucking Maharishis are completely broken if they can do or if they can make whatever they say a reality in that sense, because not even the devas seem to try and change this reality in particular, or seem capable of, the in the case of this being something that could be changed by the simple desire of changing it. But not only that, also there is another kind of contradiction here, and that is kind of very evident. Monogamy. No, no, my brother. Hinduistic people isn't monogamic. They have women are monogamic. Man can have like how many? I don't remember, but it was said here like that there was somebody who had like 100 or so spouses. So no, women are monogamous. Men can fucking polygamic as much as they want, as long as they are doing it with women. Because and another thing that also seems kind of evident is that no same-sex relations and same-gender relations are allowed here. So, anyways, continuing. Why, Lotus Eyes, you know very well how my brothers and I were begotten by Krishna Dvaipayana to continue the Kuru line. Just Princess, consider these precedents, which do not violate Dharma, and do what I ask. Of old it has been said that a devoted wife always seeks her husband during her fertile time, while at others she also has her liberty. The rishis say that this is the ancient way of Dharma. Also, whatever husband asks his wife to do, sin or not, the Veda says that she must obey him. Most of all, beautiful Kunti, I, who cannot father children, long to see sons before me. You must not refuse to do what I ask. Look, sweet Kunti, I fold my red-fingered hands into a lotus cup and place them on my head to implore you, beloved Kunti, I beg you, beget children for me by some lofty Brahmana. For only then, because of you, I will find my way into the Swarga meant for men that have souls. Having heard him out in silence, attentively, now Kunti says, when I was a young girl, it fell to me to look after the most honored guest who visited my father's palace. Reverently, I wait upon races of vast tapasya. Once I served the great Brahmana Durvasa, whose mind is perfectly controlled and who is a master of the sacredest of religion. He was pleased with my devotion, and Durvasa Muni taught me a mantra with which I could summon any deva I chose. The rishi said, any deva that you summon with this mantra shall be perforce. Hmm? Any deva that you summon with this mantra shall be perforce. Ah, perforce. I am stupid. Sorry. Any deva that you summon with this mantra shall perforce come to you and give you children. Oh, Bharata, that Brahmana said this to me when I was a maiden in my father's house, and surely Durvasamuni could never tell a lie. It seems that the time has come when the Rishi's boon might bear fruit. Raharishi, if you command it, I can summon any deva and bear his children for you. Tell me, my lord, which god shall I call? I will do what you say. Pandu replies excitedly, explicit Kunti, use the mantra even today. Woman of great fortune, summon Dharmadeva, who is the most virtuous of all the gods and can never stain us with any sin, the god of truth. Also, then, the world shall never point a finger at us that we strayed from Dharma. Besides, the son he gives us shall be a paragon of virtue. Certainly, the best of the gurus, Dharmadeva, being his natural father, his heart will never turn to the least sin. Sweet woman, keep Dharma before your mind's eye. Purify yourself with the proper vratas and waste no time in summoning the god of justice with both your beauty and your mantra. Says Kunti, best among women, so be it. She bows deeply to touch his feet, walks around him in Pradakshina, and resolves to do what her husband asks. Amazing. We finally found a solution for the problem. Canto 123. Samkava Parva continued. But Sampayana said, Oh, Kanamihaya, young Hari has already been pregnant for a full year with her torpid conception, when on Satasaringa, Kunti invokes the Devadharma to have a son by that god. She makes various offerings to the god and begins to chant the mantra that Durvasa had taught her. Compelled by her incantations, Dharmadeva flies down to Kunti in a Vimana bright as the sun. Smiling, he asks, Oh Kunti, what will you have from me? Smiling, bashful, overwhelmed, she replies, Give me a son. The beautiful Kunti and the god of truth have intercourse between them, and in time Kunti gives birth to a shining son who will be devout and devoted to the welfare of every living creature. Welcome, Rosman. We are, as you can see, continuing the Mahabharata because I wanted to accelerate the pace at which we are progressing with this book. Yesterday, I think we did like how much 40 pages, so we will see how much we can do today. Sadly, I won't have that much time to go like I did the other day, an hour and a half. Well, yesterday, an hour and a half. So we are going to struggle with that a little bit, but aside from that, we are very fine. So no real worries. Continue. This radiant child, who will acquire fame that will spread across the world, is born at the 8th Muhurta of Hijit at high noon of a most auspicious day, the 5th of the bright fortnight, during Kartika, the 7th month. On that very auspicious day of the 7th month, when the asterism Yesta is conjoined with the waxing moon. As soon as he is born, and as Aditi pronounces from the sky, this child shall be the most virtuous of all men. He will have great strength and perfect truthfulness, and he will surely rule the earth. Let this first son of Pandu be called Yudhishthira, and his fame shall spread through the three worlds. Then Pandu goes to Kunti again and says, the rishis have said that a Kshatriya must possess great physical strength, or he is no Kshatriya, beget another son of immense strength, who can be with his Tira's support. Kunti invokes Vayu, the wind god, the strongest of the devas. He comes to her riding upon a deer and says, "Oh Kunti, what is it in your heart that you have called me? What would you have of me?" Smiling bashfully, she says, "Oh, best of devas, give me a son endowed with great strength, great limbs, a great heart, and one that can be humble, the pride all, of anyone at all." The god of winds sires a child of untold strength and great arms upon her, who would be known as Bhima, as before of Mahabharata. When Bhima is born, a disembodied voice speaks in thunder from the sky. "This child shall be the strongest of all men." Oh, Hanamehaya, I must tell you about something else very wonderful that happens after Brikodara Bhima's beard. One day he falls out of his mother's lap onto the slope of the mountain, and the crack he falls upon far below is smashed to pieces, while his child's body has no scratch or bruise, and he does not even cry. The reason he falls is that a tiger suddenly appears before Kunti, sitting at the edge of a sheer drop. With Bhima sleeping in her lap, she jumps up in alarm and Bhima falls over the edge onto a large rock many hands below. When Bandu sees how Bhima's body, hard as adamant, crashes the rock and suffers no harm, he marvels. Also, it is on the same day that Bhima is born on Satasaringa that far away. In Hastinapura, Duryodhana is also born. Duryodhana, who too will one day rule the earth. After the birth of Brikodara, a persistent ambition begins to haunt Pandu. How shall I have a truly exceptional son, superior to every other man, and who will achieve everlasting fame? Everything in this world depends on both destiny and effort, but destiny by itself is fruitless without timely effort. Indra is the king of all the devas. Immeasurable is his strength, his power, his energy, and his glory. I must worship him and persuade him to give me a son of matchless prowess. The son that he gives me must become the greatest Kshatriya on earth with no rival, and one who can vanquish every other man and every creature in this world. Yes, I will perform stern tapasya and be perfectly austere in thought, speech, and deed. And wait, two things. It seems to be we have finally something to analyze. I am fucking happy finally. Well, with that in there, they are the things. Because we have this also to see, and we will do it after this. I think it is kind of time for me to read this book because I never noticed, but I tend to, as with almost anybody who is immersed on what they read, I tend to try to put into visual things or in an imagination kind of sense and create a movie based on what the fuck I am reading. And I guess that is tiring, I guess, because I, as I said yesterday when I finished, I was really tired after reading so much. And not in the sense of my throat was tired and I needed to stop. No, 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 no. Mentally tired. I guess it happens from that. Probably, yeah, I never really paid attention to that reality. But well, it is good to see at the very least that it is immersing enough to the degree to which I can even um, visualize what I am reading. And well, with that said, now the real analysis of this. Everything in this world depends on both destiny and effort, but destiny by itself is fruitless without timely effort. This, let me mark it fucking for real. Is this a reference to the fact that you need to act on your life? Like, you cannot expect life itself to happen out of nowhere and to be great if you do not put, so to speak, required amounts of effort or something like that. Is what I am trying to understand here. Because it seems like a great line, and this one in particular, this one really deserves to be overthought, I think. Or at the very least, I hope it will be explained further in the future because I do not comprehend. Mm, I see it from a notion that I have of very similar concepts in which sometimes they say that your effort is what creates your destiny, basically. And I do not know if the Mahabharata is referring to that in the sense of destiny by itself is fruitless without timely effort, in the sense of your timely efforts are what create the destiny, or if the, so to speak, Hinduistic beliefs, effort and destiny are two separate things. I don't know, but it seems very interesting once again to find that very widespread notion at this point, I will say, of if you put your time and if you really invest your, so to speak, notions of what you're doing for the sake of achieving something, it becomes fruitful, as it kind of says here. Because if you do not do that, basically, you literally will not get anything out of your life in general. So, like, basically, that it seems interesting. I hope it is explained a little bit more in the future. Mm, let's keep seeing. Pando seeks the advice and guidance of the Maharishis of that forest, and then tells Kunti that she must observe a Bharata of austerity for a whole year. Then Pandu, or Maharata, begin to stand upon one leg, from dawn to dusk, his mind withdrawn in dhyana and worshipping the Lord Indra. Other rituals also he performs to please the Deva king. In some months, Indra becomes gratified with Pandu's adorations and appears before him. Indra says, O king, I will give you a son who will be the best of all men, invincible in battle. He will be celebrated across the earth. He will uphold Dharma, the guardian of Brahmanas, cows, and all good men. He will be a Parantapa, the scourge of the evil, the sword of his friends and kin. He will become an inexorable slayer of his enemies. Overjoyed at what Indra says, Pandu goes to Kunti and cries, Your brata has borne fruit. The king of the Devas is pleased and has agreed to give us the son we want. Our child will be wise past compare, his achievements superhuman and his fame unequaled. He will be a Mahatman, the bane of his enemies and of the forces of evil. His splendor will be as the sun's, and he will be as handsome as a god. O Kunti of the swaying, fair hips, Kunti of the sweet smile, the Lord of the Devas has become pleased with you, call him to you with your mantra, and be a son who will be the very embodiment of every Kshatriya virtue. Kunti invokes Sakara, Indra, the Deva king, who comes to her and says in her the one who will be known through the world as Arjuna. As soon as Arjuna is born, and as a rhythm like the rumbling of thunderheads fills the sky with its echoing tones. The disembodied voice says to Kunti, and every creature in that forest hears it clear. Oh Kunti, this son of yours will be as strong as Kartavirya and as powerful as Shiva, invincible like Indra himself. He will spread your fame across the earth, even as Vishnu, her youngest son, causes the joy of his mother Aditi to swell, so will this boy swell yours. He will subdue the Madras, the Kurus, the Somakas, the Chedis, Kasi, Kasi and Karusha, and he will preserve the glory and prosperity of the house of Kuru. Agni will feast upon the fat of the fell creatures of the Gandhava Vana by the might of your son's arms when your prince burns that forest. Welcome, River Pecan. Yeah, literally meditation. We are, just in case, we are in the Mahabharata. We are so far, I think this is the 123 canto, and right now we're seeing the story of the three brothers. I don't know if there are more, but so far I know the three brothers that are. I don't remember the names. Three brothers. Too many names to already remember who I am talking about. Three brothers who are legendary, basically. But continue. This mighty Kshatriya will vanquish all the kings of the earth, effeminate before him. enabling himself and his brothers to perform three Mahayagnas. O Kunti, his prowess shall be no less than that of Kamadagni's son, Parasurama, or Vishnu. By his extraordinary archery, he will find unparalleled fame. Why, he will delight the Lord Shiva by having a battle with him, and the Lord Sankara Mahadeva will give him his own Pasupatastra, the greatest of all weapons. This mighty son of yours will also kill the Nivatagavacha Daityas, the enemies of the Devas. He will acquire every kind of Devastra and the Purusha, and this Purusha Rishabha, this Baal among men, will restore the very fortunes of his clan. Kanti lies in the room where she has given birth to Arjuna and listens to his awesome prophecies. Hearing the divine Asariri speak in thunder from the sky, the rishis who live on the mountain of 100 peaks and all the devas and Indra in their vimanas in the firmament are overjoyed. Celestial drum rolls fill the sky as though divine cries of joy. All of Satasaringa is covered by a deluge of unearthly flowers flung down by unseen hands. Many divine beings arrive on the mountain of 1,000 peaks to adore the sons of Brita, the sons of Kadu, the sons of Vinata, the Prajapatis, the Lokampalas, the Saptarishis, Bharatwaha, Kashyapa, Gautama, Vishwamitra, Kamadagni, Vasista, and the radiant Atri who lit up the world when once the sun was lost. Marichi, Angiras, Pulastya, Pulaha, Krato, Daksha Brahapati, the Gandharvas, and Apsaras come there as well. There are many tribes of Apsaras wearing unworldly ornaments and garlands, raiment past describing, arrive in the forest as Rama unveils for joy, while they sing praises of little Arjuna. All around rishis chant mantras of blessing, while Tumburu and his Gandharvas sing in their superlative voices. Among the celestial minstrels, no, why more names? Are Bhimasena, Ugrasena, Unayus, Anagha, Gopati, Daharatirashtra, Survavarchas, Yuapa, Trinapa, Karshni, Nandi, Chitrarata, Salirisa, Parjanya, Kali, Narada, Brihaka, Karala Mahatma, Brahmachari, Bahuguna, Suvarma Defen, Visvawasu, Bhumanyu, Suchandra, Saru, and the renowned people of Jaja and Juju. Jaja and Juju. I'll come and sing in abandon, in divine voices. Among the Apsaras that dance to the music of the Gandharvas or Rahan are how many more names is this? Okay. It, among the Apsaras that dance to the music of the Gandharvas or Rahan are Anjana, Anavadya, Ganamukya, Gunavara, Adrika, Soma, Misrakesi, Alambusha, Marichi, Suchika, Vidyutparna, Tilotama, Ambika, Lakshamana, Shema Devi, Rampa, Manorama, Asika, Subahu, Supriya, Subapu, Pundarika, Sugandha, Sarasa, Pramatini, Kanya, and Saraswati. Manikas, Sahajandya, Karnika, probably. I mean, I am amazed to see that a book that contains so many incredible names has not given me even one that is similar to the ones of reality. Because one of the most particular things that the Mahabharata takes pride on is the fact that probably every single name is contained on it or something like that. And obviously, disregarding the ones who come from, so to speak, the what is it, the Eastern more, what is it more, the whole Chinese and Korean and Japanese languages that have their very completely different way to give names. Aside from that, even on the west, or at least here on this part of the world, more specifically, the southern west, it is very popular to see names that tend to be similar to those, or tend to take root on these kind of names. And so far, I haven't seen anyone that. I think the names that are here are more like legendary names. It is like you wouldn't name nowadays your son Zeus or Hercules or Teseo or things like that. It, anyways, it's just a simple thing to notice and to observe, taking into account that we'll have to keep reading fucking names. Let me continue. Menaka Sahandia, Karnika, Ukikatashla, Ritustalja, Garitachi, Biwachi, Purvachiti, Umlocha, Pramlocha, and Urvasi, all with large and lustrous eyes, the means of heaven, also compare and sing in their voices past all compare. Choros Nympharum. Itachi, no, what? Achiti. Achiti, not Itachi, Achiti. Ah, no, yeah. Correct. You're right. Garitachi. Here, Garitachi. It isn't Itachi, but it is Garitachi. The same, basically. we found him. We found him, boys. You can stop reading. Yeah. Trigger. Stop. Anyways, let me continue. Nahatri, Aryaman, Mitra, Varuna, Vaha, Indra, Vivaswat, Pushan, Tavastri, Parhangya, and Vishnu, the 12 Adityas come to that hermitage to bless Pandu's son and O king. Brigabhatya, Sarpa, Niriti, Ahaikapada, Ahivaradanya, Pinakin, Dahana, Iswara, Kapalin, Stanu, Vaga. These 11 rudras also come to see and bless the glorious child. The Aswan twins, the 8 Vasus, the mighty Maruts, the Viswavedas, and the Satyas come to Satasringa too, as do Karakotaka, Basuki, Kachich, what? Kachchapa, Konga, and the great Takshaka, mighty and fierce Nagas of immense tapasya. Tarksha, Aristameni, Garuda, Asitadpya, many other Nagas arrived upon the blessed mountain, as do Aruna and Aruni of Vinata's race. Only the Maharishis of lofty spiritual evolution see all these divine beings, who either walk upon the mountain or look down from their vimanas in the sky. Those great munis see the gods and the rest of the unworldly ones and are amazed, and their love for the sons of Pandu grows in time. Some time passes, then Pandu wants to have more children. He asks Kunti to conceive again. But she says, the sages have not given their sanction to have a fourth child, not even in a crisis. The woman who sleeps with 4 men is a Swairini, while she that has 5 is a whore. My most learned lord, you know very well what the Shastras say about this. Then why do you allow your great children to make you forget Dharma? Oh, insult him. Anyways, Canto 124. Samkavaparva continued. My Sampayana said, after the birth of Kunti's sons and the 100 sons of Daharatirashtra, Mother comes privately to Pandu one day. She says, Shatrukana, scourger of your enemies, I never complain to you pay me scant attention. I do not mind that though I am higher born than Kunti, her position is higher than mine. I do not grieve, oh, cursed Karma, that Gankari has 100 sons. However, I am terribly sad that while Kunti and I are both your wives, she has 3 sons and I have none for you. If Kunti Bhosha's daughter can help me also become a mother, I will be beholden to her forever, and she will also be giving you more sons. As you want, she is my rival for your love, and I cannot ask her this myself. But if you want to be kind to me, Oh, Puroshavyaraka, tell her to grant me this boon. Pandu says eagerly, Madre, I have often thought of exactly what you are saying, but I have never mentioned it lest I offend you. Now that you say you want the very same thing, I will certainly speak to Kunti and she will not refuse me. Let me stop here because I have never I have often thought of exactly what you are saying, but I never mention it lest I offend you. I am not going to exactly search it, but it is mentioned in the past that Pandu is one who has incredible dharma. So think about it this way. How much someone who has dharma, in this case secret knowledge and capacities of being really swift with their words, so to speak, if we try to put it in a sense in which we can comprehend the meaning of that word, how much even more mere mortals would suffer from this. I won't insult it, but this kind of condition in which you think you do not need to mention things that you might as well have a lot of interest on for the sake of not offending those who are around you. And even more in this case, it is I kind of take it like this. It is a show and it is kind of a proof that you need to air your opinions. I mean, it feels like making it more bigger than what it is right now. But if someone like these kind of entities that we are considering, so to speak, almost gods come to Earth, have these kind of problems, how much even more those who are mere humans like us will struggle with this kind of stuff. So I don't know what to really make out of it. And also, yeah, potato. I am the potato. Welcome, Momo. Welcome, welcome. We are so far considering the Mahabharata. We we're still on this beautiful book. Mm, I think it is already down to 124, I think. So, welcome. Um, but yeah, I see that's something that, in this case, I take it like another proof of human condition, you know? You might as well learn to not worry so much about these things because even more, even if he wasn't perfect before, the way in which he was taught these last how much 10 cantos, the way in which Pandu almost become a Maharishi, basically someone who has incredible knowledge about the world, even more someone like him is struggling with these kind of things on his life, basically. How much more a mere human like us, who, in a sense, obviously, it is still fantastic and all of that, but in a sense, how much even more a mere human who has so much struggles will not suffer from this. I mean, it is weird to see it because I, I think more than anything else, I'm trying to justify the act of addressing the problem, so to speak, or addressing the desires that we have in, in a manner because it is also shown here. It isn't born from pure greed, or it isn't born from pure spite. It is more, as it is said, both from his spouse and he himself. It brings, so to speak, an equality to the whole relationship that they hold. It isn't simply, oh yeah, you're too bad, you, you need to do this to be better. No, it is only for the sake of being more complete, so to speak, and to having even more happiness in their whole relationship that they are addressing this problem. So, taking that into this reality, how much even more it is that I don't know, it is weird. I just only wanted to point it out because it really kind of triggered that brain center that I relating to that situation. But anyways, continue. Pandu speaks alone to Kunti. Oh, Kunti, give me more sons to increase my clan and to benefit the world. Sweet wife, let us make sure that my beaters and I, and your males too, always have been thou for them. Be kind to me, Kunti, and in that be most kindly towards the very air. Let your heart be moved to find immortal fame, and do what you might find difficult to do. Though he is kind of the Devas, Indra still performed the excellent, only to enhance his fame. Oh, lovely Kunti, the Brahmanas who know the Veda and have acquired lofty punya still approach their gurus reverently, only for their fame. All of their Harishis and Brahmarishis achieved their most strenuous accomplishments only out of a desire to have fame. I ask you, says Kunti, to help my Madre Mother too, and save her like a raft from the sea of grief in which she is drowning, and so acquire undying fame for yourself. Kunti agrees readily and calls Madre and says to her, think of any deva you like, and you shall have a child by him. Madre considers a few moments, then thinks of the Aswini twins as her heart. As Kunti softly chants Durvasa's irresistible mantra. As soon as Madre is alone, the splendid Aswini Kumaras come to her and beget two incomparably handsome sons of her, also twins, who come to be called Nakula and Sahadeva. As soon as they are born, a disembodied voice speaks. These children will surpass the Aswin themselves in Texas and beauty. And truly, the infants are so lustrous that they light up the mountain. What? 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 In literal sense or emotional sense? What? They love. They light up. Yes. Something. Arrahan. When these five children are born, the rishis of Satasaringa come to bless them and lovingly perform their rites and name them. Kunti's eldest son is named Yudhishthira, her second Bhimsena, her third Arjuna. Madri's older child is called Nakula, and the second Sahadeva. Those magnificent sons, born a year apart, look even like 5 years apart. Pandu will look at his sons of divine handsomeness and boundless energy, of incalculable strength, of great generosity, and be overwhelmed with joy. Of course, those five become the favorites of all the races of the mountain, 100 peaks, and of their wives, of all whom dotes on them. Some time passes when Pandu asks Kunti to enable Madri to have a child, but Kunti says, I chanted the mantra for her once, and she deceived me by having two sons. If I say it for her again, I cannot tell whom she will invoke, but she will have more sons than me. She is always envious, and this is the way of women like her. As for me, I am naive that I did not think to invoke the Aswins myself so that I could have had two sons. My lord, I beg you do not ask me to use the mantra for Madre again. Thus, Abraham, Pandu has five sons begotten by Devas, princes of immense strength, who achieve great fame and increase the glory of the house of Kulu. Each of them bears every auspicious mark upon their bodies. Each is as handsome as Soma. As they grow, they are majestic as the lion, engaged in the broadness of their chest, in the largeness of their heads and their eyes, their powerful necks and vast strength. Each becomes a master actor, and they are all fat, truly like devas themselves. Watching them grow, seeing their virtues grow with them, the great monks who live on that snow-capped and holy mountain, and wonder-stricken, swiftly they grow, the five sons of Pandu on Satasaringa, and the 100 sons of Bharatadastra in Hastinapura, as swiftly as a bank of lotuses in a lake. Very well, very well. Canto 125. Sambhava continued. Like Sampayana said, watching his sons grow into great banner upon the charred mountain, Pandu feels the final strength in his body assert itself again. One day in spring, which maddens every creature with desire, Pandu shouts walking with Madri in the forest, where every tree is decked in fresh new plums. He sees palasas, tilacas, mango trees, champacas, parijadracas, carnícaras, azokas, quesaras, atimuctas, and curvacas, all with swarms of innumerable bees humming over their blossoms. Parijatas are in full heavy bloom, and the coyals sing their heads out, so sweetly, against the rooty of the humming of the black bees. Panduses, water trees, branches bent with the weight of their abundant flowers and fruit. He sees crystalline pools beaming with delicately fragrant lotuses. Pandu looks at all this. He feels spring in his blood. He feels his blood quicken with soft desire. As Pandu races through that enchanted realm like a god, this still youthful mother beside him wears a single diaphanous garment. Pandu looks at her, and suddenly the long suppressed desire of all 10 years of enforced celibacy flares up and overwhelms Pandu. She sees the look in his eye and cries out, but he sees her roughly. Here of the eyes like lotus petals, she does everything she can to resist him, for she has not forgotten the words of the deer. Oh, cursed ham, compelled by fate, overpowered by lust, Pandu forces himself on Madre, just as he just as if he wants to end his life. Her strength is as nothing before his, and he thrusts himself into her, and immediately becomes senseless. Pandu of Dharma dies, even as he is joined with Madre. Madre claps her husband's body and sets up a loud wailing. Kunti, her sons, and Madre's twins hear her cries and come running to the place. When Madre sees that then some way off, she cries to Kunti, leave the children and come alone, telling the princess to stay where they are. Kunti runs to Madre and sees what has happened. Sees Madre and Pandu as they are, and his husband dead. Repentantly, she cries, Madre, what have you done? I watched over him all this year, my own passion control, so that he will be protected. How did he forget the risk schools? Oh, how did you? How did you let him near you, thus aroused? He always grieved over the goose. Then, how did he forget it? He did how did you allow him? How could you tempt him in solitude? Ah, daughter of Valika, finally you have prevailed over me and proved yourself the more fortunate one, for you saw desire of his face and joy as he united with you. Mother sobs. Oh, my sister, I tried to stop him, but he could not control himself. It was as if he was determined to fulfill Teresa's schools. Kunti is quiet and says, I am the older of his wives. The first karma must belong to me. Mother, you must not try to stop me from doing what must be done. I must follow our husband to the land of the dead. Get up, Madre, and let me have his corpse, and from now you raise these children. Madre replies, I still hold him within my body. My desire is unslacked, so I must be the one to follow him. You are my elder sister. I beg you, let me have this one boon from you. This Mahabharata was joined with me in intercourse when his spirit left his body. He died without having his desire satisfied. Must I not follow him, as we are, to Yamasarani so that he can satiate himself on me? Besides, oh my adored sister, if I am the one to live and you die, I shall not be able to treat your sons and mine equally, and you know that is true. I will sin and in time likelihood divide the princes among themselves, but you, Kunti, will raise my sons as your own, making no difference between them. For Lord Pandu sought me out and he remains within me. He has gone to the realm of the spirits. It is right in every way that my body is not separated at this time from him, but that I am buried with him. Kunti, my sweet sister, you were always his first wife in this world. Let me be the one to walk him out of it. Do not deny me this, I beg you. I know that this will be the best of mothers to all children. I have no other wish or request to make of you. So, indeed, the daughter of the king of the Madras is burned upon the funeral pyre of her husband Pandu, the Purusharipsha, that bull among men, when he still lay in her arms. What a what an amazing ending. Let me see. What time is it? Well, then, okay. This is enough for today because I need to go. Sadly, but so far it was beautiful, and so far it, it left us with a lesson of do not over enjoy things. Yeah, yeah. I mean, as always, we will come back later. But so far, yes, right now it is over. But it was beautiful, you know. Mm, I will try to take a little break before coming back. Well, more than a break, so to speak, a nap, because I do not want us once again to come here and be completely sleeping. But I will try my best in that sense. So far, as always, thanks for being here, thanks for looking, thanks for watching, thanks for observing the world, thanks for everything. I hope it was useful in any sense. This one kind of surprised me because we didn't really left one of the most, not really, but at the same time, closely superficial stories. And yet, even if that happened at the same time, so to speak, we, we went over a lot of things that seem to be truly interesting. So yeah, thanks. And yes, as always, it was my pleasure to be here. We will reunite in the next occasion. Now, let us live with a beautiful rain, because we have no more things to say. At least from my side, as I said, as I said before, things which I cannot repeat so much. So well, let me. This this person is alive. At the end of what is it? Oh, they're broken. The most is more, so I guess they are still probably. Let us arrive into the second. Yeah, we're already here. Pretty bad. I don't know who it is, but we're already here. Why? Because now it is time to go back to the mountain and to get some distraction from what is happening. Because we reached enough for some time, and we have earned the right to enjoy other things. But well, as always, when the opportunity arises, when the chance exists, we will find ourselves once again here, enjoying whatever content it is, whatever analysis we are going to do, whatever. Now, time to leave. Just in case, yes, I will be streaming on the evening. It isn't that I am gone today. I did my own schedule incorrectly. It is tomorrow that I am not going to be present to do the streaming itself. But now for real, ciao. Right.